Texas Tech is proud to be home to another national champion, Raider Red. Tonight we go back to the humble beginnings and trace the path of a superstar mascot. Plus, we turn on the microphone, the camera, and watch as Chancellor Kent Hance shares his passion for TTU and eye tracking technology. What are you really watching when you sit down to watch TV? But first on Inside Texas Tech, the Vision and Tradition campaign scores big and does it ahead of schedule. Good evening, everyone. I'm Robert Giovanetti. Thanks for joining us. There are a billion reasons to smile across the Texas Tech University system. Our Brandy Blake has the story.
I'm proud to announce today that Texas Tech Vision and Tradition campaign has raised $1 billion.
What officially started in September 2010 as a rather ambitious fundraising effort is now the most successful campaign in the history of the Texas Tech University system. The Vision and Tradition $1 billion goal was reached through a broad base of support and unprecedented number of donors. In fact, donations came in from 39 countries and all 50 states.
Today we make history. Today we leave our mark. And today we prove that from here, it truly is possible.
Dr. Kelly Overly, Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement, says the campaign far exceeded expectations thanks to generous contributions and a devoted fundraising team. Chancellor Kent Hance echoed that sentiment.
This campaign's been driven by the people. And that I think the most important part, this is not about one person or one group or anything like that. This is about the spirit of Texas Tech. We have a spirit about us. We have a can-do attitude. We believe that we have a great school, the best that you could find anywhere. And so many of us came from different backgrounds and we got the same great education. You know, Bob Salem used to have to hitchhike from Sudan to get down here. I don't know, I would have hitchhiked from Dimmitt. It was further away than Sudan. But we have people that have given back to Texas Tech, and they've done so because of the spirit.
Of the several areas benefiting from the campaign, approximately $145 million is creating scholarships. More than $70 million is being invested in faculty by establishing endowments. More than $470 million is being invested in academic programs, research, and university initiatives. Nearly $315 million is being invested in campus development through construction of new buildings and learning spaces. The Texas Tech University system is one of only 3 institutions in the state of Texas and fewer than 70 nationwide to complete a $1 billion fundraising campaign. Vision and Tradition, the campaign for Texas Tech, will conclude August 31st, 2013. For Inside Texas Tech with Chancellor Kent Hance, I'm Brandy Blake.
Between Downton Abbey, award shows, and the big game, you probably sat down for appointment television, but what are you really watching? As our Paul Hunton explains, the College of Media and Communication here at Texas Tech uses eye tracking technology to better understand what you are actually focused on when you're watching TV.
After a long day, you come home and turn on the television. Your eyes are drawn to an advertisement. But what precisely are you looking at? In the College of Media and Communication at Texas Tech, researchers are finding the answers.
As someone who I should be able to quote, not Walt Whitman, but someone, eyes are the window to the world. And so what we're really talking about here is where you look and for how long you look indicates a great deal about what you, as an individual, take in.
A recent study Professor Farnall conducted involved having subjects look at advertising materials that featured a person with a disability. These images represent what one subject looked at. The darker red, the more times that person spent looking at that part of the image.
Gosh, when you look at television commercials and you see someone with a disability, does that bother you? Then if you're a normal person, you would say, well, of course not. I think that's wonderful. They're great people, not a problem. Your eyes might not.
Research professors and graduate students can use both the eye tracking technology and focus group labs to help companies create advertising materials that can reach a desired audience.
We also hope that at some point in time the same technology would be used locally throughout the community to maybe help the advertisers there know what's going on. Or even better, how do you design your web page? You know, that kind of thing that they want to look at that's not quite so fleeting as a commercial.
The rarity of these tools in a media and communications department is a great recruiting device and also helps current students get hands-on, real-world experience in the field, on both the advertising side and the research of those advertisements' reach and effects.
It's rare for a communications program to have this kind of thing. Our psychology department at Texas Tech has eye tracking. They've even done some magnetic MRI studies. So there are things that happen, but for communication, yes, this is a rarity, and people do get interested.
Glenn Cummins is in charge of a lot of the technology we saw during Paul's story. He's with the Chancellor. Let's take a look.
Today we have with us Glenn Cummins, and Glenn is the Director of Research. What's the official title?
My official title is Director for Center for Communication Research. It's a mouthful.
It is. One of the most exciting things on this campus is the new facility that the mass communications people moved into, and I know it has a different name now.
Sure.
What's the official name?
We're the College of Media and Communication, so not mass, but still keeping the media in our title for sure. We really had outgrown our old building. We were kind of cramped in there, and we were repurposing a lot of rooms for research labs, for teaching labs, for photography studios. So really what we were able to do with this new building is to go into it, and it wasn't a blank slate completely, but it was pretty close to it. We were able to go in and say, we want this space to look like this, we want this space to look like this. So more than a year of planning went into it, designing the spaces, changing those plans, and seeing it actually come and take shape before our eyes. So we have a lot of space for undergraduate instruction labs. We have some state-of-the-art technologies for media production. We have radio booths and audio booths, and we operate the student radio station out of that building now. We have video production labs. We have a television studio that's a high-definition studio where students can produce newscasts and other types of content. So really what we have is a lot of room for students to engage in all these different types of activities that are really an essential part of their undergraduate education.
Let's talk about internships. How many students get an internship? And I know you've had them at all kinds of places, CNN and Fox and CBS and all the places. Tell me a little about that program.
Well, internships are obviously, especially in our discipline, an essential part of getting that first job once they get out the door. So we have students across all our different majors, public relations, advertising, journalism, electronic media. All of them pursue internships both here in the Lubbock area, and then also, like you said, Dallas, Houston, major media markets like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. We've been able to place students in a lot of really successful opportunities where they can work with these media organizations, get a lot of hands-on experience. And that's something that we preach to all our students, is that the classroom instruction is very important to their undergraduate education. Hands-on production courses they might take as part of their curriculum is also very important. But getting out there and getting that real-world experience and getting to know people, that's such an important part of their education. And I frequently have guest speakers come in who are alumni of the college, and that's the first thing they talk about. It's so important that you get an internship and get out there and just get a sense for what career opportunities are out there. And so that's one of the things that we really pride ourselves on and strongly encourage our students to do, is to seek those internship opportunities wherever that may be, coast to coast.
Yeah, you look at some of your alumni. You got Scott Pelley, who's the anchor for CBS Evening News and is the lead investigative reporter for 60 Minutes. Jim Angle at Fox News, who spoke at graduation this last year, and go on about the number of people y'all have turned out that have been highly successful.
No, I mean, it's really a testament to what determination, what ambition can do for you, that you can come out of Texas Tech and really go anywhere you want to, have prominent positions like you mentioned, Scott Pelley at 60 Minutes. We've got people working in Los Angeles in the entertainment industry. We've got people working in New York and Dallas. Again, there are a lot of different career fields that our students go into, and we're always really proud of what they're able to accomplish.
Glenn, we appreciate you being here. Good luck. We're proud of what's going on at Mass Communication. And, or as you would say,
media and communication.
Media and communication. I will get that right one of these days.
Okay.
But y'all are one of our top departments, top schools here at Texas Tech University. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Coming up on Inside Texas Tech with Chancellor Kent Hance, call him national champion. Raider Red scored a huge chunk of change after a long battle with the likes of UD, Cocky, and Sparty. We'll take a look at the beginnings of the mascot loved across the nation. Plus, the spring semester brings plenty of new students onto the Texas Tech campus. Who better to welcome them than the Chancellor? But first, here's your look around the system.
Dr. Jeannie Novotny has been named founding dean of the Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center Gail Grieve Hunt School of Nursing. Administrators expect the school will grow to 300 students in 5 years. The new ELS Center at Texas Tech is open. The newly renovated facility will serve international students at Tech by providing English language classes and incorporating students into campus life. The Angelo State University nursing program has been ranked in the top 100 nationally for its online graduate degree offerings. The ranking comes from U.S. News and World Report for its 2013 edition of Best Online Programs. ASU ranked 64 on the list. Back to Lubbock, a new horse has been purchased for the masked rider, and there is a contest underway to name him. You can email your nominations to nametheHorse@ttu.edu. And the Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center School of Nursing is expanding to Amarillo, offering a web-based second-degree baccalaureate nursing degree program to students in the Panhandle. The program is designed for students with a previous college degree. That's your look around the system inside Texas Tech with Chancellor Kent Hance. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Inside Texas Tech. I'm Robert Giovanetti. You can't say Red Raider without Raider Red. Earlier this year, our beloved mascot landed in the national spotlight after several rounds in the ring and one heck of a marketing campaign. Raider Red is the national champion, and just like all good stories, you have to go back to the roots, or drawing board in this case, to see what makes this champion tick. Here's Marcella Garcia.
Dirk West, a local editorial cartoonist, was most famous for his drawings of collegiate mascot caricatures. His wife, Mary Ruth West, remembers how Texas Tech's Raider Red came to be.
He experimented with several different characters, and being a fan of the Old West and cowboys, I think he came up with Raider Red, the cowboy-like figure. In 1964, when he started the cartoons, they just called him the Raider. Was a big football player that wore a black mask. And then in 1971, the new Raider was introduced. Jim Gaspard, who was a student at Texas Tech and also a member of the Saddle Tramps, came to Dirk and asked permission to fashion a character from his Raider Red, because the schools in the Southwest Conference had decided there would be no more animal mascots on the field unless they had permission, and so they felt like they needed a mascot for Tech, and he asked permission to do it, and Dirk gave him permission, and that's the way it all started. The first head was paper mache, and they built a form. I think he and some other students collaborated, and they built a form and made the head, and someone sewed the clothes, and then he appeared, I believe, in September 1971 was the first time he appeared on the field.
Now, more than 40 years later, Raider Red is in the national spotlight as the Capital One college mascot champion.
I know people that voted that probably never voted for anything on television, but they wanted Raider Red to win, and the Dirk West fans said they wanted to make sure that Dirk was honored.
For Inside Texas Tech, I'm Marcella Garcia.
Thank you, Marcella. And just like all of the organizations on campus, there's always a person behind the scenes. In this case, it's Stephanie Rhodes. She's with the Chancellor. Let's take a look.
Y'all just had a big victory where Raider Red was named the mascot of the year. Tell me a little about that.
Well, we did have a big victory and a national championship for Tech, and we were so excited to bring that home to Texas Tech.
I was watching in Boulder, Colorado, with my sister and her husband, the Capital One Bowl.
Right.
And they came on at halftime, and they announced Raider Red was the mascot of the year nationwide.
Right.
And so, I mean, it was great publicity. And tell how we got that and the process.
Well, we actually applied last spring to have Raider Red be one of the finalists in the Capital One contest. And you know, and I know that Texas Tech is the best school in the country. And I thought, our Spirit program thought, what better way to get the name of Texas Tech out there but through our mascot program.
Right.
You know, it's highly visible. And we were trying to think on a national stage, what could we do? And so we applied for this contest. And we found out in June that we were a finalist. And we sent Raider Red out to Los Angeles in June to make some commercials. He came back, and it was announced that we were a finalist nationwide, and the voting began in September. And so that's how it started. Now, once we got the word of Raider Red being a finalist, we pulled together a group of about 25 people here on campus. You know, we knew we wanted to get the word out to our alumni,
right?
Of course, to our current students, to prospective students, and we wanted to get the word out through our athletic program about Raider Red, because that's what Raider Red does most of the time. Of course, he supports athletics. So that's where we started. We owe, of course, a great debt of gratitude to the Saddle Tramp organization, who has they've maintained this tradition throughout these 40 years.
Stephanie, you're in charge of all the spirit organizations. So you have the cheerleaders, you have the pom-pom squad, and
Mask Rider.
Mask Rider.
Right.
How many hours do these young people spend practicing compared to the number of hours they're at a game?
They are the most incredible athletes, and I think a lot of our fans don't really realize that.
When Raider Red was named the mascot of the year, we got from Capital One, we get a $20,000 scholarship.
Right.
And who is that used on? And is used on the Spirit Squad?
Now, it will be used for Raider Red, the Raider Red part of the program. You know, we want to go bigger and better even than we are right now, and get his name even more out there. We want to do more appearances.
Stephanie, we appreciate you. We appreciate the great job you do. The pom-pom squad, the cheerleaders, the mass rider, all of them. You have to be the mother for all of them and take care of them. You do a great job. Texas Tech is proud of you. We salute you.
Thank you very much.
When we return, our cameras are rolling as the Chancellor dashed from event to event, welcoming new students and honoring outstanding employees. You're watching Inside Texas Tech with Chancellor Kent Hance. From welcoming new students and orientation, to breaking ground on a new building, to meeting with future donors, Chancellor Hance is passionate about tech.
Good morning. You're going to love Texas Tech. Our people do well. My motto at Texas Tech, and I don't want you to forget this, my motto for each of you is dream no little dreams. Do things. In this room, there's somebody can be a member of Congress. In this room, there's someone can be a CEO. In this room, there's someone that's going to be the best elementary education teacher in the state of Texas. I don't care what you want to do, but I want you to excel at it. That's Texas Tech. Our people excel. We can help you. We can help you go to the top, and that's our goal for you. We are in service to the public, the state of Texas. Wall Street Journal does the research, and they interview 459 college recruiters. Where do you get the best students? We were number 18 in the nation. We were number 1 in the Big 12. Congratulations, thank you. That's not because of one person. It's not because of one group. It's not just because of the faculty or their administrators, the staff. It's a stool that has 3 legs. But this is a special item for me to be here and to say thank you for the outstanding job you do. And the other thing is, I wish we could do more.
That's all the time we have for tonight. 24 Frames is coming up next. Have a good evening.